top story. According to reports, Beijing has set up more than 100 so-called overseas police stations across the globe to monitor, harass and in some cases even repatriate Chinese citizens living abroad. A Madrid-based human rights group first revealed the existence of 54 such stations in the month of September, and now it has found evidence of 48 more such stations. The report cites examples of the Chinese nationals being coerced into returning to China from France and other countries, including Serbia and Spain. However, China has denied running an undeclared police system overseas. In a statement last month, China's Foreign Affairs Ministry said, and we quote, "We hope that the relevant parties stop hyping it up to create tensions. Using this as a pretext to smear China is unacceptable." China has claimed that some of these stations were set up in response to the pandemic. However, according to this report, the overseas offices were opened several years before the pandemic. The FBI Director, Christopher Wray, told a Homeland Security Committee last month that he was concerned about possible unauthorized Chinese police stations in American cities. Meanwhile, Ireland and Canada have issued an order asking Chinese police stations found on their territory to shut down. So just what is the truth of these police stations? Our correspondent, Calden Ongmu, sent us this report from Johannesburg.
Recently, Safeguard Defenders, an NGO, released documents showing evidence of the establishment of at least 102 Chinese overseas police services centers in 53 countries around the world. The report mentions Fuzhou Police and Overseas Chinese Affairs Services Station in Johannesburg, South Africa. This was officially launched in May. The report cites that currently the work items of this police station include basic items and basic services. With several countries like Netherlands initiating a probe, it remains to be seen how will the South Africa government react to this report. This is Calden Ongmu from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION World is One.
And from Lagos, here's a report filed by our correspondent, Louisa Olani. Take a look.
The Nigerian media space have been awash with the reports claiming to be the existence of Chinese police stations situated across the country. While that report has been debunked severally by police force officials in the country, a spokesperson at the Nigerian embassy has been quoted sometimes in October of giving a nod to the existence of certain outreaches in the country that see to the interest of Chinese citizens living in Nigeria. This, according to Zhang Hang, the public relations officer of the Nigerian embassy. He said these outreaches are there to care for the interests of Chinese citizens living in the country, especially as we have cases of terrorism, insecurity and the likes that are capable of endangering the lives of Chinese citizens living in the country. Efforts this morning to get more clarity from the spokesperson in Abuja has proven abortive. Several calls that were put through was not returned. We hope to give you more information as it surfaces right here in the country. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olani, WION World is One.
And our correspondent in London, Alex Isaac, too, has sent this report on the so-called Chinese police stations in other countries.
Chinese police have supposedly infiltrated parts of Europe, setting up a network of around 54 what they're calling service stations. We discovered that there are 3 in the UK. We hear that there's one in Hendon, one in Croydon and another in Glasgow, all in nondescript buildings. And we did reach out to the Metropolitan and Scottish Police, but have not yet had a statement. Now, the original allegations came from Safeguard Defenders, a Spanish-based NGO. In its report, Chinese transnational policing gone wild. They stated that these illegal police stations allow China to survey and intimidate Chinese nationals, even in foreign countries where it holds no jurisdiction. When approached, the Chinese embassy in London called the offices Overseas Chinese Service Centres and they said they had been opened to help a large number of Chinese nationals who were stranded overseas by the pandemic to renew their driving licenses and other mundane admin. However, according to the NGO, these stations were set up before the pandemic and had ties to the Chinese Communist Party. The UK government has called the claims very concerning, and there is a planned parliamentary session to gather evidence on the issue. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has already called China a threat, and when he states his foreign policy in January, it's likely that the integration of these China service stations or police stations throughout the UK will be taken very seriously. This is Alex Isaac for WION. World is One.